the shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They'll take that, 14 yards on play number 1. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Robert Quinn make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week it was a half dozen sacks, and here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're on offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Goff now looking to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Robert Quinn, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at the 43. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bears take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, this defense for the Lions, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme.
Touchdown, Chicago!
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On first down, gone. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Goff. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Bears at 6-3 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 85 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had another coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Here's Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have moved out in front. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Goff. To his running back, Swift on the slant. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards. Off play action. Here's Goff. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Fields now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And it's fielded at the 34. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the 1st half here. A long way to go. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Goff. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think as safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Fields. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. His pass on target, Velus Jones with it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Down inside the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Second down at 7. Now Fields. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Dante Pettis, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Santos now to add the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Robert Quinn able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Here's Griffin on the catch. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Out of the gun, Fields looking downfield for Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is caught. Touchdown Bears. Dante Pettis in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And this a very, very short kick. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Fields it right around the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Seibert on for the PAT. It's good, and it's now 35-14.
Makes the score Bears 35, Lions
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Going up the gun, Montgomery. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 148 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On second down, Montgomery. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And on third and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And he missed it. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught. A big play there for Detroit. 49 yards.
When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there.
Here's Goff. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Caught by Jones. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. So the roughing call there on the extra point and going to give him another shot.
Pretty good sell job there, too. I think it was the right call, but a little embellishment never hurts.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 167 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And the Lions have recovered. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 8 coming up. To throw is gone. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. They'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Gone. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Goff linking up with Shark for a Lions 1st down. Play action. It's Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Here's Swift. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Goff now looking to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys.
Touchdown! T.J. Hawkinson, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions get a bit closer. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a two-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before when you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay. It's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to patch together a good drive right here and now.
It's defensively got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Boy, 179 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Montgomery on the counter. And some room to work. Powers through him. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle them.
Touchdown, Bears! Dante Pettis, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Taking it about the 1. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Shark hauls it in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Down inside the 10. And in for the Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 39 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they take a knee. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense